My ministers will also proceed with the introduction of digital ID that will modernize how citizens interact with public services.
The government has just announced that starting from 2027, they're going to start injecting people with this microchip, which is so tiny that this microchip is going to be inserted right underneath your palms. And apparently this little chip is going to carry the entire identification, all of your ID systems, including your bank accounts, your driver's license, and every single documentation that you need. And it's just going to be part of your body from now.
That is why today I am announcing this government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that.
Now, King Charles of England and UK's president have now made the official announcement starting from 2027 where they are going to start bringing the law where the microchip is going to be inserted into many people.
You don't have to bring your wallet. Sure, now in the future you won't have to bring your ID because they're going to be the arbiters of who's who in the world. So if you want to board an airplane, you just scan the palm of your hand and allegedly Amazon One.
And Sweden's president has also announced that by 2027, they are also going to get this digital ID system, which will basically replace your credit card, your vehicle keys, or your apartment keys, and it's going to act as a wallet or even a digital ID. So your entire bank account and all the things and all the legal ID system that you have in the world is all going to be inserted into this tiny little chip. So anywhere you go across the world, you're going to be able to just scan your palm and you'll now be able to make payments.
This is really freaking me out. I'm in my grocery store and my girlfriend just told me about this conspiracy theory and it's happening in my grocery store right now. Paper, regular price tags, this is how much everything is. And then you come over here and look at these ones.
Yeah. And you see the little black dot in the upper right corner? It's a camera. So they know how much you can afford, they know everything about you so that they can squeeze every little penny out of you.
That's a camera right there. So they're replacing all of the paper ones with those digital ones that they can change automatically, but they have a camera. And so my girlfriend was telling me that they use the camera to use facial recognition, and they're gonna link you to like your Amazon account, they're gonna link you to everything online. Like
they'll know how much your net worth is, they'll understand how much you can afford to pay.
Everything that you have, and they're going to change the price of your groceries according to who you are, that they recognize by your face, by your Amazon, by your Facebook, by everything. So if they see your spending habits and that you're spending more, your groceries are going to be more expensive.
And very soon, in the upcoming future, they will probably make it so that without these digital IDs, we will no longer be able to enter airports or even use any public transportation. So basically, it's going to turn into a new security norm where instead of passport and visas, you'll basically need a digital ID that needs to be scanned. So you just scan your palm and your entire data from the flight tickets to everything is going to be out there. You don't need to carry anything at all. Now, this is something that Robert F. Kennedy had already warned us about. The big plan that the elites of the world who's running the government has been planning to do this for a very long time.
In 5 years, we're going to see 415,000 low orbit satellites. Bill Gates says his 65,000 satellites alone will be able to look at every square inch of the planet 24 hours a day. They're putting in 5G to harvest our data and control our behavior. Digital currency that will allow them to punish us from a distance and cut off our food supply. Vaccine passports.
If you notice something, elites like Bill Gates have been funding in order to develop these microchips, which can later be inserted into us humans. That's also what RFK has also been warning us about. Of course, this whole thing is just going to be the beginning. It's going to take a couple of years for this thing to become a new norm, where everyone has a digital ID. There's no longer any passports or visas. We just have a digital ID, and that's pretty much it. And of course, it's going to take a couple of years before they implement this throughout the entire world, because people in the initial stages are definitely not going to be willing to insert those microchips on. But slowly over time, I think the government is going to work in such a way where they're just going to force everything in the name of security. Like, for example, if you want to travel somewhere, they'll probably just remove passports and visas, and now they'll make the new norm as digital IDs, which are a must if you want to board a flight. So you're basically going to be forced in order to get it, or you can't really use any public transportation, nor can you even purchase a property or a car, or you can't even drive a car if you don't have a digital ID, because the government could just force the driver's license to be completely converted into a digital ID system. And the only way that these elites in the government can control us is if they put on this leash in the name of security and try to control us using passports and visas. And the reason why we're even complying with them controlling us is because we are made to believe that we require these things for security reasons. But in reality, if you actually think about this whole stuff, the guys that are creating havoc in the world and most of the crimes and terrorism and everything that happens in the world is actually funded by the guys that want to control us, because they're the ones that are creating bad things to happen. They're basically funding people to do bad things. And when that happens, they're going to bring in a new system, which they're going to introduce in the name of security. And we as people, we obviously see bad things happening. And we believe that we need a security system, which basically takes away most of our freedom and starts controlling us, but then it's all for our safety and security. So at the end of the day, guys who are even working in the armed forces, military and stuff, to be honest, we're all just getting played by this whole massive system where we are just made to believe that we're serving for the nation. But in reality, the guys who are funding the bad guys are the elites, the government themselves. They're the ones creating the problem, and then they bring in the military and make us believe that we're serving for the nation or serving for security of our nation and our people. And the ones that are creating the problems are these guys themselves. So they create the problem, and then they find out a solution, a whole new system, and they call this as the security system, where people are required to put under leash and all of their freedom and everything is going to be snatched off and they're going to be controlled. And the government is going to create a system where they're going to require all of your information, and they will decide on whether or not if you are allowed to travel from one place to another. So this whole system is just being created out of nowhere. So these guys just create all the bad things, and they also create a solution for it just so that they could create a system which can control all of us. So this is pretty much the same thing. It's just the beginning. They're just starting this whole thing out. It's just a couple of years from now, they are definitely going to be bringing out this whole Mark of the Beast system, which the Bible already warns us about, the 666 mark of the beast, where there will be this one lawless man who's known as the Antichrist, who's going to rise up to power, and he is going to be introducing this one system, according to the Bible, where you're going to be marked by something. We don't know what that mark is. Probably a lot of people believe that the mark is going to be this microchip, which they're going to be installing inside of our body, apparently, and that's exactly what's happening right now. So once they do that, the Bible already warns us that you're not going to be able to even buy food without having the mark of the beast. So now the whole system, as far as what they are introducing lately, it definitely seems like they are leading us to the mark of the beast system at this point. And the funny part is that many people have already taken the mark of the beast at this point, and they actually think that this is a real cool thing, that they have this high-tech feature where they can just simply scan their hand and they have their ID system out there and they can just make payments, and they believe that this is a real cool thing with the next-gen technologies and whatnot.
直接找这个就行。真的吗？哇，支付成功，谢谢。
And at this point, the government is just testing this whole thing out. They've already tested out with vaccines. And now, starting from 2027, it seems like where only the guys with the microchip are going to be able to sustain or live a normal life in this world. It's still going to be forced on us, but the Bible already mentions that you're not supposed to take the mark of the beast, because once you do it, your soul is going to be fully controlled by these people. And God clearly says that if you take the mark of the beast, he's going to reject heaven for you. Definitely stay away from this stuff. It's going to be real hard, but it seems like the mark of the beast system is definitely coming up. And also the podcaster Alex Jones already warns us about this stuff, that the government has been planning this whole project Blue Beam system where they're going to create this fake alien invasion. And it's going to be fake, of course, but then they're going to make it seem like it's all real thing. And real people will be damaged from this thing. Because if you take a look at how they've already been stating that there's aliens and that there are different races and all that stuff, and they've been in contact with us humans for many years, you know, this whole system, this whole thing that they've planned out is all for the fact of the Project Bluebeam. They're just proceeding with this whole massive plan that they've already planned out. And now they're bringing in the mark of the beast. People need to stand up right now and, stop taking these stuff. Because if we don't do that, then it's definitely going to be starting to affect us in the future. And it's going to be a massive thing that we can't stop anymore. I think now's the time. I think we should go ahead and spread this message. Let a lot of people know what's really going on in this world. And that's one of the biggest reasons as to why I made this episode of the podcast. I really want every single one of you guys to go ahead and share this episode, this video with as many people as you possibly can. Let them know, make them aware of what's really coming, because this is no longer a joke. This is actual bad stuff that's happening and people are trying to control us. And I don't know if YouTube's going to allow this video to stay on, because probably, those guys control the world. So they're probably going to try to, demonetize this video or try to stop its reach from reaching out to more people. So it's only possible if you guys share it, if you guys like the video, if you guys subscribe to the channel, comment something, because if you have more comments, it's basically going to boost the video up and YouTube is going to show the video to more people. It's going to be forced. If you have more comments and likes, the algorithm is going to be forced to push out the video to more people. So I really ask every single one of you guys to go ahead and show your support. And yeah, with that being said, I would definitely love to know what your opinions are on this one. Leave them down below in the comments. It's going to be a very, very interesting topic to go ahead and discuss about. So yeah, definitely let me know in the comments down below. And until then, I'll see you guys on the next one. Take it easy, fams, and peace out.